boat in a day. I might do a tutorial on this, but the one thing that you need to know is that it's 100 blocks from the very tip of the bow to where the back end of the stern is. It's exactly 210 to, might be a bit less than 100 actually. 210 and yeah, it's a bit less. It's a couple blocks less. And there are compartments in here. Not that many compartments actually. If you like want to have Titanic 16, but like there's still wrong area. But this is the deck area. This is a breeding ground for spiders and stuff. Don't know why. So let me just do okay, so this is the engine room. I added this lighting system after because it lights up the area so no mobs would spawn. And then there's a lot of boiler rooms after. There's a good, let me count actually. I didn't count yet. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's overall 9 compartments, 7 boiler room compartments, and 1 compartment for anything, then 1 massive compartment for the engine room. This is the door locking system. It shuts, I was gonna say all the doors, but I forgot to add that system in. Because this is a design that I have. It connects it, and then it goes through the block. It goes on top so it can connect to the other ones. It does take up some room inside, but it shuts every door pretty quickly. But I like to keep them open because it's easier. And if you really want, you could do sinking by like doing this. Boom. Blah, water. No. Poop. We're sinking. The RMS. Blah, 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 sinking. But overall, this boat is pretty massive. I began working on this. This main section that you'd begin with is 2 away from the wall. Then you'd go 3 blocks out, then have a door, because then this would lead into the grand staircase in the first class dining room. Then another 3. Then you should have 2 blocks on the side. So when you would do it, you would only put this wall, then you go back 2, and then put a staircase. That then you can build the bridge overall. And yeah, I'm just not gonna really explain, because then you just fill up this area here. Because the deck layout of this is based off the Olympic class, but I also have another one that I might show that is better. It does have a grand staircase. It has 2 funnels instead of 4. And then, okay, so this is how the top deck should look. Out of the corner, it goes 3 out. 2 of these. So then you can look over for any damage. And if you're gonna hit anything, this would be where you would do, that. Then this would be in the dead center of it. From here, these 4. So yeah, that's how you do it. And then right there is a bit weird because this section in general is a bit weird because this is how I don't know what that was, but it's a bit weird because of how it is. So then you could put any door of your choosing here. Then get glass. Place glass here, and then completely cover this area up. But, actually no. Do it like this if you want, and then you could kind of cover the glass like this if you want. And whatever looks visually appealing for you, and then can also do doors back here. But I haven't an issue with boat width. I've never had the width for the boat to actually add anything else, so like I can't add the Marconi wireless room. I might actually be able to, thinking about it. So then you do that, then like this, and now you have the beginning of the bridge. But if you want to you can search up N and then get N rods. Because they're thinner than the blocks, you could do this. Then you could get like a block like this. This doesn't look good. I am still considering what to do. Because then you could look over it and stuff. But wait, I thought of an idea. Can I do... gotta find it quickly. Okay, here. Can I do this? Does this work? I know, because this is white concrete. It looks really nice, but then there's a lot of quartz, and then that's slightly less white, so it just kind of doesn't look as well. But it does kind of stick with how it looks because you get a more view out in the ocean. So just add that. And later there will be a time lapse of me building this that I kind of like. It's good, enjoyable, you know, that stuff. It's gonna be long though, so and now you have built the bridge. This bit here is optional. You don't need to do this. I probably should put a warning that this is going to be extremely time consuming if you ever want to build a boat of your own. You go a good 4, then do 2, 3, 4, and then this should be the final one. This is the mast. You could change it on how you would want to do it. It could be a straight up one, and I think is but my favorite is personally this one. Because it kind of looks, it's kind of leaning back, because in Minecraft there's only blocks. And then this is how I make funnels. A lot of this is how I do it, but you could change it on how you would want. You'd go 3, and then 3 again. And then, because the height of the main bit of the funnel, the gold, is 4 that I do. Boom. Now you have yourself a funnel. But because of the length of the bow, I've made that a bit too far forward. So there's going to be it's going to need to be really long in it. Or have other things, but I don't mind. Now let's begin work on the grand staircase area. Once you'd be done with all that, you would then do that and then this, so then it looks kind of better. But actually, yeah, this is but maybe. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Okay, so like make it have a wooden aspect, or you could change this wood. But anyway, this is what would happen. I've done this multiple times on multiple boats. I actually have a version that I'm still working on. So you could do stuff like that, and then yeah, this is an issue. Just go into settings, make it be better. And once again, do this if you have the time to. Well, you could stop and redo it. It just doesn't really work well. if you stop and redo it multiple times over. And then you could do stuff like this. My favorite is if you do... hey, one person on the stream. So that would actually be... Okay, so that's how you do it, and then you just get the other one, and then work kind of like this, you know, right. And then go blam, 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 blam. Okay, so then do this. And then now you have a grand staircase. This area is going to take up some, so do this at your own risk. Because then that would not need to be there, and then do stuff kind of like this. And then if you want, right now, you could do this later, is extend this bottom out with the walls. Because in the Olympic class of liners, this area was enclosed right beneath the deck. Right there. So, I'm getting most of my specs off the Olympic class of liners that had the, you know, disaster that was the Titanic, and the now scrapped Great Eastern. If you watch Titanic, Honor and Glory, you'll get that reference, but yeah, most of you probably don't, who would eventually be watching this. So, yeah. Yeah, and then we go like... no, okay then. Kablam. Then you would get a glass pane. Then this is how you do it. And now, sort of I'm kind of just going through this, how I would. This is how I would do it. Then get this. This is how I usually sneak it in. I do. So it looks like the engines are actually running. It's pretty cool, but use at your own risk. Yeah, so, and then you would do this, this, and then this depends on how you'd want to do this. There are multiple ways to add this light, but the one that I like would be a, it'd be if you do that, and then this, because, like, you know, but then there's that, and it doesn't look nice. Then there's also other ways to power it, like, you could have, if you're only going to be looking at it from, like, one side, lever. If you're only going to be looking at it from that side, you could then sneak in a lever there. And then, it looks like it. Then, now you have a bit of an idea about what the heck, about what's happening right now. And then, this bit, is a bit tricky because of the length of the bow. It depends on what you'd want to do, and you know, that stuff. So, I would suggest that you kind of just did what I'm doing now and expand this, so it's kind of like at its end point. And then now you have that. It looks decent from the front. And if I do this, quickly go in settings, I can, okay. Do this. This has the grand staircase that then let me just and then you can walk around pretty much. There's the this might give you guys some weird things. Okay, don't have anything in my hand. So that's pretty much all you need to do for right now. The next part is going to have the next half, and then next half, and the redo to do anything with. You can actually kind of cut it in half and do whatever you want. But, thanks for watching, and this is the end of the video.